everybody and welcome for the Italian Grand Prix on F1 Manager 2022 in our first season as Aston Martin team principal. And, well, yes, the last race was a rip-roaring, raining wrong-un. I was going to say success, but it definitely wasn't, where Seb missed out on the points and Vesti was last by about 45 seconds. But that's because we messed his strategy up. Nothing to do with his driving. He drove reasonably well, putting some good pace in the car. But today is the Italian Grand Prix, and we need to go and set our performance targets where we're not really hitting our potential, but I am going to say that we're going to get one driver into Q2 and we're going to get one driver over 15th. Come on, Seb. Come on, Seb. You're our only hope, as Princess Leia said to Obi-Wan Kenobi, isn't it? In R2-D2. She left that message. So, can we get a qualifying streak? I don't think we can, so let's not put that on, because I'm going to suggest a lot of other cars are starting to upgrade, whereas we did our upgrades a little bit early, and now we're doing research for next year. They've probably delayed a bit of their upgrades and bought upgrades into the latter part of the season, but, you know, into the race weekend we go. I'll do practice. See you back for qualifying. Here we are then, back for qualifying at the Italian Grand Prix, and it's going to be very rainy, apparently. Practice 3 did have a bit of rain. I am expecting qualifying to have some as well. So the key is get out early while it's not raining, if it's not raining to start. So the race day is going to be nice and sunny. However, the qualifying is potentially going to be very, very wet. So if we look at what's happening, setup confidence, 96% for Seb, 98% for Vesti. Good car parts knowledge, but Seb, 59% track acclimatization, because in practice 1, he got shunted in the back and it basically ruined his car, which means he missed all of practice 1. So I'm still happy that we got the setup confidence up to where it is. But again, Vesti getting the 15 out of 15's performance bonus and Seb getting 13 out of 15. It should be a very interesting strategy. As you can see, I think it was Ocon that actually hit Seb from behind, but Vesti also got a time penalty for causing a little collision. He hit someone else, but lots of time penalties are going to be happening here. Vesti actually set a really good time on the soft tyres doing a qualifying practice run because he had 100% knowledge, so we just put him out for a quick time. 1:24.061 looks like a pretty decent time for the Aston Martin to hit, so let's get into qualifying and see how we do. So here we go then, we are here. I'm just going to pause this and very quickly see, is there rain? There is no rain, okay. There is no rain. So we're not in too much of a rush. We are still going to send out Vesti early on and see the pit crew do their thing. Lovely stuff from them. And there goes Frederick Vesti, and we're actually going to send Seb out just behind him as well. We'll let them do their warm-up lap, just in case the rain does come and our weather is not looking the best. Right, Vesti, we're on board with him, and let's see how he does compared to Seb on this one. So K-Mag's just behind them. Vesti shouldn't really catch up Danny Ricciardo. Should be fine. Seb setting a 29.02 for Sector 1 is quicker than Vesti's, as you would imagine. Seb sitting both sectors are quicker. And what are we going to come round in? Vesti does a 123.7. Seb a 123.5. So not too bad. Not too bad there for both drivers. I think we can definitely go faster. So hopefully we'll get them in, get them on a fresh set. And then when we get to the end of Q1, we'll have another go. We may even do 3 runs actually in Q1 because, yeah, I feel like, you know, we haven't been qualifying the best in recent races, so we may need to make something, put a bit more of an effort in, to be honest. Okay, so we're eyeing up this gap behind Tsunoda to come out for another lap, get it done on the same set of soft tyres, and then change onto a new fresh set for the end of Q1 and see if we can get into Q2. So we're just going to lower this time. We're going to watch Tsunoda and Gasly come round. So Tsunoda comes around that corner now. We'll send them both out very close to each other because obviously we're going to be on our outlap. Perez has actually come out with us as well, so I'm hoping that we have timed this pretty well because Gasly's going to be coming into the pit, so even if we catch him on this outlap, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Yeah, Gasly's going to give us nice clean air here. Right, and we're back off again. Vesti up in 10th, Vettel in 9th so far, so not bad. And again, let's see how the boys set their time on this one. Green sector 1 for both drivers. Lovely stuff. Only 0.0 0.08 seconds away from each other. Yellow sector 2 for Vesti, but a green sector 2 for Seb. And they're going to cross the line here, a 123.7, 123.4. So improvement for both drivers, I think, although we are dropping down to 12th and 13th. But at the moment, we're not in too bad a position here. So onto a fresh set of softs we are going now. It shouldn't take too long to get this done as people start leaving the pit lane for their next lap. So we are going to try and get on the end of everyone going out again. It's a 123-ish lap for us, so we should have quite a bit of time. And I assume everyone is now going to set another lap. So we're just going to let these go. Right, there goes Magnussen. We're going to get Vesti and Vettel out. Lovely stuff. I think we've timed that really well. So let's just let them all go past. We're going to ride on with Vesti for the... No, we're not going to ride on with Sebastian Vettel because he is our best chance of getting in to Q2. So here is... Vesti didn't make it. Neither did Seb. Oh my word, neither did Schumacher. The AI got it wrong as well. We're out. We're out. We're out. We're out of Q1. Everyone's going to improve their times. Yeah, we're out. That is terrible. Schumacher left it too late. Unbelievable. Vesti's going to be starting from the back from his 3-place grid penalty. And, wow, that is just terrible pit management. Wow. I mean, we weren't far off and we didn't even get to set a good time. We would have easily got through, I imagine. I think we would have easily have got through. That is, yeah, that's pretty terrible. That's pretty terrible. Not happy with that qualifying at all. I want to quickly see in practice 3, Frederick Vesti, a 124.06. Did we do better than that? Yes, we did. But we know Vesti is going to start from the back. Right then, we need to go and sort out our strategies. No rain predicted for the race, which is good, I guess. Although rain can potentially help you at times. Okay. 13th for Seb, so he's gone up a lot. And even with his grid penalties, he's starting in the same place as 17th. So that is not too bad at all. I'm just wondering, can we do... I'm going to suggest... Are we going to get... Yes, we're going to gain a position for both drivers. We're going to put that one in. It just feels right to try and get that extra bit of cash, I feel. Yeah, so in terms of results then, in terms of qualifying... Yeah, lots of grid penalties going on here. 4 drivers that are only just in front of us, which has really helped us out. Okay, strategy. No, that's why I went back here, because I wanted to go to reports, pre-race report, and expected strategy. So, medium to soft, soft to medium, medium to hard. Okay, so 1 stoppers all round. I think this one is probably looking best for us. If we push these mediums... Oh, the softs are really going to struggle. We may do medium hard. If we come in medium hard and we'll pit really early and go for a huge undercut. Oh, in fact, is that... Let's go back. What is the medium hard strategy? It's this one here. They say pit there. Again, can you... It's a power track, right? So you can pit early because there's going to be a huge spread of the field then. I think we're going to do that with Seb. And Vesti at the back, I think, is going to go on strategy B. In fact, no, he's not. Let's add a new strategy in. Can we do soft to hards? I think we can here. I think we can push these. Yeah, I think we're going to go for something like that, even if we manage the hards towards the end. Yeah, so Vesti's going to go for a huge undercut. Vettel's going for a little undercut. And I think we're very quickly sorted there in terms of strategy. So get all of these guys on push. I do think we're going to use quite a lot of fuel because we're going to be pushing quite hard. So we'll overfuel the car. Although there's a 100% chance for safety car. And last time at Belgium, when we overfueled the car too much, it caused it to be too heavy and we couldn't overtake people. So, different strategies then. Medium to softs for Seb. And, the only thing I've just looked at here... No, I said medium to hard. That's what we wanted to do, isn't it? Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. Yeah, it was medium to hard. Medium to hard. Was it medium to hards? Did I not select that? No, I haven't selected the right date. There we go. There we go. Soft to hards, medium to hards. That is what we are going for. Right, let's dive into the Italian Grand Prix. Right, the Italian Grand Prix. We're ready to go. Crofty's ready. And Alfa Romeo is on the front row. That is Valtteri Bottas, who I'm potentially eyeing up for next season. He's been absolutely superb this season for Alfa Romeo. He has been incredible. Right, on board with Sebastian Vettel as we are pushing early on. And he's going to go straight into... the chicane as we get covered off there. Vesti loses a position out to Magnussen. It's going to be pretty slow, I think, in this first bit. Although that's a big corner cut there from Vesti. I don't think he gets that position back. No, he doesn't. He actually loses a place to Ocon as well. So Vesti needs to up his game a little bit as we come through. I mean, is Bottas and Vettel a decent partnership for next year? It's going to cost us a lot, but it will make us contenders, I feel, for a lot more points throughout the season. And that's if Bottas even wants to come. But at the moment, we're on board with Sebastian Vettel, who is trying to push, but cannot get up to the back of that McLaren of Lando Norris. He is up to 13th though already. Vesti needs to put a move in. And Daniel Ricciardo, bottom at the moment in P20, is absolutely dreadful for McLaren. I can't imagine they're going to renew his contract. He's not been performing well this season, Danny Rick. But as you can see, we're all in a bit of a train at the moment, and no one is getting away on this first lap. Although at the top, Verstappen should win this easily. He should easily get away. Although Norris is now gaining on Tsunoda. Let's just go into a bit more of a dramatic camera angle for this one. We'll get the TV like view here as Seb's trying to make a move. What is the strategies that people have gone on? So we have medium, soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium, medium. Mostly medium runners, a few softs in there as well. It'll be interesting to see if they're doing soft to medium or soft to hard like Vesti. But yeah, let's. It's going to be an interesting race. As soon as DRS opens, we're going to get a lot of potential overtakes happening, I think. So Seb still trying to make a move on Norris, but can't get it done. And the gap is opening up between Tsunoda and Russell. That seems to be the key gap here. There's already a second between Russell and Tsunoda, which is going to be a bit difficult to claw back if it gets too big at the early stages of this Grand Prix, as Vettel doing a good job sticking with Lando Norris, trying to get round him. Vesti's tyres are overheating slightly. He's hanging on to the back of Ocon, so I don't mind that from Vesti. We're still going to keep them pushing on their tyres for now. I think we will maybe ease off if they keep getting a bit hot, but at the moment we're deploying our battery and it's not really working. I do think other cars and other constructors have bought upgrades in the recent couple of in the recent couple of weeks leading up to these sorts of Grand Prix. I think they have bought different upgrades to allow them to extend, as Norris is weaving all over the place on the defensive there. He's gone onto the inside. Can Seb get him on the outside? No, he can't. He's still behind the Papaya McLaren, although DRS is now enabled, and you should start to see some different manoeuvres happening here. As it's 3 wide. It's going to be 3 wide, is it, heading into the chicane? No, Vettel backs out and thinks better of it. A very tough braking zone here. In real life, Vettel's gone through those foam barriers at the end of the chicane multiple times where he hasn't been able to brake in time. Once, I think, he had an actual failed brake pipe or a brake hydraulic lead or something, and a tube, that's the word I was looking for, a hydraulic tube. It meant he just couldn't brake at all, so he just had to go straight on ploughing through them. It was rather funny to see. Luckily, he was completely fine at the end of it. Vesti really on the back of Ocon, who's going very, very slowly. Now, with DRS, is Seb going to make a move on lap 3? Lando's going to get pulled along by Tsunoda. Tsunoda is now within DRS of Russell, who, this whole gaggle of cars at front, this DRS train is going to be very hard to break. I think we're going to hopefully be able to harvest some battery here in this DRS train. Vettel just needs to keep pace with Lando and he'll be in a very good position to harvest up. So I think we will harvest as we come into this last corner. Just got to make sure we're within that second coming down the start-finish straight, which I think we very easily should be, because there was the DRS detection zone. So we're definitely going to have DRS, which should hopefully pull us up towards Norris. I'm just going to jump on board and make sure we're not getting too far left behind, which we appear not to be at the moment, which is fine. Everyone's sort of being held up at front. We're still within a second as we get to the chicane. Seb, oh my word. Oh my word. When you're on board with that and you see it, it is proper dramatic. Right, we're going to probably lose a second to Lando because of that now, so we may have to deploy to go and get that back, because Seb nearly went straight into the back of him there. Come on, Seb. Now you've lost that a second. This is proving a bit of a disaster. Okay, so back on board with Sebastian Vettel, and Norris has jumped 2 drivers now, and Gasly is the person in front of us. We've been saving up a little bit of ERS, which I think we're going to deploy on the next lap. We're going to see if we can just stay within a second of Gasly here, who has been going a little bit slow. Maybe tyre wear is becoming a factor for those soft tyre runners. Vesti is not last. He was last for a while, but he's now jumped Ricciardo and Albon to get up into 18th. So he's doing a pretty good job. You know, he's still young. He's still learning his trade, but he is doing a good job as we're looking to make a move while on harvest as well. Honestly, I don't mind this from Seb. This is lovely because we're going to have a lot of ERS to deploy as we come around this. We're definitely going to get DRS. I'm sort of thinking we may even be able to get DRS and not have to deploy the battery. So we're going to stay on board with Seb here as he's in the slipstream of the AlphaTauri. Go on, Seb. What you got? What have you got in here? You're going to get DRS and Gasly isn't. So that rear wing should open in a minute. There we go. It does open. Is that going to give him the power? He's not quite going to get it done. Gasly defends that really well unless Seb dives to the inside. Oh, Gasly dives to the inside for a little bit of a defensive move. And now we have loads of battery. So fully charge that up. Vesti is right at the back of this lot as well. So we can get him on harvest for a little bit. And Vettel now has to push so that he can get up to Lando Norris, who is 2 seconds ahead of him. So we're just going to keep Seb pushing quite a lot here. Good move there from Vettel. He knows what he's got to do to try and push and catch those guys in front. So let's have a quick look at Vesti, who is just dropping off the back of Latifi there. I'm expecting Vesti to be able to get past Latifi pretty easily, to be honest, as they're going to come around this corner. We're going to have a bit of a long straight here. We'll leave it in neutral for now. I'm sort of feeling like we'll harvest in a second and get that going. As Vettel closing this gap. Not really, but he has got a lot to play with in the tank, as Vesti is still only half a second behind Latifi, who is fighting in front of him. So we are going to harvest and get this on. I mean, there's a possibility here that Vesti could get both of these drivers and make a really good move. As long as we can charge his battery up, 0.3 seconds, I think we're going to deploy it all down the start-finish straight and try and take both of them. Latifi will have DRS, but I sort of feel like if we can deploy here and make this move, at least get one of them, hopefully as they battle we get both of them. So the DRS should open now. The drag reduction system is going to open. We are trying to make a move on Latifi. Can we get this done? Can we do it? No, we can't. We'll quickly nip back into harvest then and sit behind them here. Give us 89% of our battery. We'll put it into overtake and see if Vesti can use that to his advantage. Vettel is now closing the gap as Tsunoda and Norris are fighting above him, which is really, really good. Let's just drop this into neutral and see if their fighting will naturally bring us back into that race. Vesti sitting behind Latifi, 0.3 of a second behind him. Doing a good job. We're still up into overtake. Again, we'll drop it down to neutral. We're keeping this gap for Vesti. And in fact, do we deploy now? I'm just thinking if we can get it out of this corner just before the next chicane, can we make a move? So it's a tiny little DRS zone coming through here. You have a sharp braking zone at the end. It's Latifi that's holding us up. We've got pace to get past K-Mag in front. So let's drop that down to neutral. Just going to manage this ERS. And again, deploy it here. Deploy it if we can. Get it going. It's all K-Mag that's holding us up. We're quicker than Latifi and we seem to be quicker than K-Mag right now. So I'm sort of thinking we leave this on deploy right now. We get round this corner. We are so close to them that I'm hoping we just pull the pace through this corner on the soft tyre and get both of these on this move here. He's pulled out to one side. Latifi and K-Mag both going on a sort of defensive. Oh, he's going to be squeezed out again. Oh, no, and it's let Ricciardo in. Absolutely shocked. Well, I mean, great dive bomb from Ricciardo, but I feel like we're going to leave this on deploy and we're just going to let Vesti do his thing. Vettel up to 12, still in 12, sorry, 1.5 seconds. So we're going to go and close that gap on Tsunoda. We're going to keep pushing, use the energy up. In terms of strategies, okay, we're both looking okay at the moment. I'm sort of thinking if we get stuck in this DRS battle with Vesti, we're going to bring him in early and go for a huge undercut. I think what can we do in terms of how long can we make those hards last? They will last for quite a while. We could bring him in a couple of laps early and absolutely bomb it. I think we potentially will, you know. I think we're going to bring him in early and then keep it bobbing. I'm not looking forward to him on the hards. I think he might struggle a little bit. But yeah, Seb's trying to close the gap. Vesti is still in this battle down here, deploying everything he's got to try and make it move. Loads of fuel in the tank for him because he's just been in slipstream for so long. But you need this group needs Latifi to either get out the way or get past K-Mag, as it looks like Vesti may get Ricciardo into this second part of the chicane. Again, he's eased out of it by Ricciardo. Good defensive work from the McLaren driver. But yeah, we're sort of stuck in a little bit of a troublesome part right now. Aha! Safety car. We have Daniel Ricciardo has crashed. Vesti has crashed into him. He's got a time penalty. Oh my word, Vesti. You are... Yeah. I think this proves we really need to either invest in a new driver or invest in some braking capability very heavily. Now, with Vesti, he's so far behind. Do we just bring him in and nurse those hard tyres till the end? Yes, we do. Right, Vesti is... I think he's probably going to have damage as well because he's got a time penalty. So let's just quickly have a look. There's multiple car crash, DRS disabled, and front wing terminal damage. So yes, pit options, pit in for a new set of hard tyres. Car parts, the front wing is terminal. You have no car parts of this design left in the warehouse. What? Uh-oh. Does that mean he's out? Or he's just got to do the whole race without a front wing? We're going to see. We'll get him to pit. I'm hoping they just change his front wing anyway. Seb is now charging everything. Let's have a look. Let's see what Vesti did. So yeah, he's got DRS. He comes in. Yeah, I told you it was a tough braking zone. Absolutely smashes into the back of the McLaren. McLaren goes through the foam barriers, and Vesti can, well, carry on his race. But your front wing is destroyed. Be careful. Yeah, on the hard. Oh yeah, on the hards. It says no replacement parts. I had loads in the warehouse. I checked at the end of the last episode. We could do a similar thing for Seb here. Hang on. Is this worth bringing Seb in as well? Is this worth just going early onto the hards and just make it work? I mean, surely you do if you're doing a one-stop, right? Surely you do. You don't... Or do you try and stay out and get track position? I don't think... Are we in a position to be able to see what everyone else is going to do? We're back here. We are going to be able to see what Verstappen does and can make a decision. I think they... If they stay out, we pit. If they stay out, we pit. If they pit, we stay out, I think is what we're going to go for. We'll see. Right. Let's see what's happened. So we have got... I'm hoping that this is confirmed. So, yeah, onto the hards. I don't... If he doesn't get... If Vesti doesn't get a new front wing, then we will just retire the car from the race because there's no point in keeping him out. So the safety car is out. We should be charging and conserving with everyone. Right, Verstappen doesn't come in. We're going to pit. We're going onto the hards. We're going to pit this lap. I don't care if it's double stacks Vesti. It shouldn't do. He's right at the back. But Seb is going to pit, and we are doing our one stop early. Right, Seb is in. Let's watch this stop. Let's watch it on the TV camera if we can. Seb is in. Ooh, people are pitting. Other people are doing a similar strategy to us and getting onto those hard tyres. Right, we need a good stop here, Seb. Onto the hards. He is out. There's some hards there. Just waiting to come in. And we don't lose a position. Lovely through the pit stop. That is absolutely awesome. Right, Vesti is in. Are they going to change his front wing? As you can see there, he has no front wing at the moment. As Vettel comes out. Hamilton spun under safety car. Wow, that's going to cost Hamilton because everyone's going to be so... This is the 5-second time penalty. Right, new tyres are going on. I don't think there's a new front wing there, which means Vesti is going to retire from the race. Yes, he is. As soon as he's out here, we're going to tell him to come in for the next lap. That's strange because I'm pretty sure we had plenty of... options. Right, how do I... No, not that one. Is it this one? More options, retire the car. Yeah, retire the car. If he hasn't got a front wing, there's no point in keeping him out. So everyone's now catching the safety car. Vesti's going to come in and retire after hitting Ricciardo. Safety car is ending this lap. Got a bit of time to go. Vettel hasn't actually caught the safety car yet. Is he going to catch it? He should catch it down this straight. Yeah, lovely. Right, pause. Okay. What are we... When is Verstappen going to make his move to go? It should be as he comes around the final corner. There we go. He is going now. So, attack. Push. Deploy. Right. Seb, this is your moment. Let's get on board for the restart. He is currently behind Alexander Albon. And can he make this move? So, people that pitted. Oh my god, they went on to mediums. They might have to pit again. I think we're the only person that's doing this as a one stop with an early stop. Okay, we're trying to get Albon here straight away. Can he get past? Go on, Vettel. Well done, Seb. He is past Albon. Good. We had to clear him early in the Williams to get that done. Very happy with that. Right, the strategy. Oh my god, why is the strategy set to... so add new strategy. Hards. Okay, we can push them there and manage it. So we're going to go on to strategy A just to confirm. Right, good. Well done, Seb. We're now on the right strategy as well. Keep deploying, keep pushing, and hopefully we can make some moves here with because everyone's going to have to stop relatively soon, I think, in terms of tyre wear. Well, 70%. No, there's going to be some running still to happen. But I feel like, yeah, last episode was a strategy disaster, basically. And I'm hoping this one we've made a bit of a better decision. So, in fact, we can sit behind this Haas for a little while and just charge the rest of our ERS if we need to. Again, we can't let the... I mean, what is wrong with the Haas? They're so fast at the start of the save. And now they're bloody awful. Right, we're going to see how this goes. We'll probably be back when people start to pit, I imagine. Okay, we're back on lap 20. DRS is now activated. We've been charging pretty well, to be fair. K-Mag should be caught, if not on this lap, definitely on the next lap. He's just got himself back into DRS range of the cars in front. But we're in a very, very good position, as you can see, 99% battery as we just end that lap. So we can deploy along here. In fact, we're going to push for a whole lap, I think, and get Vettel up through these positions. I think that's a good thing to do. So if we can clear both the Haas's relatively quickly, Seb, that would be very, very helpful. Thank you. As we come through into the chicane, it is who's holding this up? Alonso is now holding everyone up. Tsunoda's got away from him. In front of that, Hamilton is losing time to Sainz. Perez has lost time to Leclerc, so it's sort of a battle for 1 and 2 already. As Seb, go on, stick it in that corner. That's it. Now accelerate. I know you're on the hard tyres, but you can make it work. Come on. In fact, we're going to drop this down to aggressive early on. And it shouldn't mean that really the Haas's get away from us. Go on, Seb. You got this on the inside on the next turn. No, he pulls out again. Come on, Seb. Okay, some people starting to pit. Schumacher in. Albon in. Vettel still struggling to get past K-Mag here, which is very, very irritating. But K-Mag will pit soon, as will Tsunoda, Norris, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Perez, Bottas and Leclerc. They're all going to pit pretty soon. And Verstappen, but I think we're never going to really catch Verstappen. But we are up into 13th, and we are still on the back of the Haas. Just dropped down to neutral ERS at the moment to try and manage this one. But K-Mag is again causing this issue where we can't catch the car in front. It was Latifi before, now it's K-Mag. And yeah, it's not fun when you're in this sort of position. Well, it is still fun, but it's not good for your driver when you're in this position. Okay, Magnussen pits. We're up to 12th. We're on the back of Alonso, who is going pretty slow. Zhou is now 2 seconds behind Tsunoda. So we need to make this work. But yeah, I feel like people are going to be pitting now left, right and centre, and we are going to jump. As long as we manage our tyres, we're in with a very, very, very good chance here. As Vettel just losing the coattails of Alonso a little bit, but is still within a second. I feel like if we can use the next DRS section to sort of just catch up to this train, then we'll harvest a little bit, because we are making moves, and I feel like people are going to be coming in to pit. The leaders still don't pit. Is anyone behind them coming in? Bottas doesn't. Sainz doesn't. That group doesn't. Zhou and Alonso don't either. So we are still going with this group, and the more we can catch up with them, the better we will be, because as you can see here, 0.8, they are really battling in front. Zhou is losing a lot of time to the cars in front of him, as Vettel is pretty good on the brakes there, which is good. And now we are pretty much right behind them. We can use a little bit of battery to keep up, and then we're going to pop it on harvest. I feel like we can harvest here, and then when they do all come into pit, we just absolutely gun it for a couple of laps and see how far we can get up. As still the leaders don't pit. Still everyone keeps going round. And the harvesting is working a proper treat now because we are well within range of Alonso, which is awesome. And still people don't pit. I'm happy just to keep this going with Seb. He's doing a cracking job at the moment. Shame about Vesti. But yeah, Seb up to 12th. Lovely. We're getting close to losing that second. So we're going to jump back on board. Let's go for this view for a little while. We'll go down to 1 time. I think harvesting we can go back to neutral for a little bit. As again, people still don't pit. Alonso's managing the tyres really well. Okay, so Zhou and Alonso, they are the people that pitted for medium. So they're actually probably running on regular and may go to the end. But all of these people in front are going to have to pit. I know they're stretching this out, but we're only 16 seconds off Leclerc. When people pit, this could be Zhou, Alonso and us in 1, 2, 3. Yes, they'll be on newer tyres. But in terms of like position on the track, we're going to be in a wonderful place. Like, as in potential podiums. That it's a long way to go, Dave. Long way to go. Don't get carried away because Vettel will probably lock up at some point and drop to the back of the race. Okay, so Verstappen has now pit. So it's just dependent on, as Latifi runs wide, is the group in front of us going to come into pit as well? No, it's only Verstappen. So I don't feel the need to totally push just yet because Verstappen isn't our race. It's when the guys in front really push. We are out of DRS, which means they're going to get away. So we could push. Let's push a little bit to try and close that gap, and we'll go attacking as well. And I'm aware we need to manage the tyres to get us to the end, but other than that, we're in a very good shape. Okay, right, here we go. Everybody is now basically pitting, as we are going to jump up to 6th, 5th. We're in a very good spot here. We are up to 5th. We have 3 seconds to Verstappen behind us. And we're closing the gap here on the group in front. We're within the second again, but we're going to keep on pushing. We're going to keep on pushing here. As tyre-wise, Leclerc and Russell both need to pit as well. Verstappen behind us on the softs. I assume everyone's going to come out on the softs now. But pitting under that safety car, is it going to prove to be absolutely crucial in this race? Right, lots of people coming into pit. 14 seconds is the gap from Russell to Leclerc, 16 back to Alonso. Yeah, if we look at leader, I still think when they pit, there's a chance we might be in the top 3 for the first time in this career mode. I don't think we're going to finish there, but there's a chance we're going to be up there, which is great fun. Right, let's pop it into neutral so we can save a little bit of it. We're going to save some tyres in a minute as we're going to get pulled around by DRS, because Verstappen's going to have to really push to get back into this DRS train. He will do it. But it will be interesting to see how it gets on. As Leclerc does now pit. Is Russell going to pit as well? Leclerc is coming in. Do we go for one last big push here? Although we should get Alonso on this start-finish straight. As Leclerc, I think, is just about to come out of the pits around us. We're up into 4th, overtaking Russell. Is Leclerc going to get out? We're up into 3rd ahead of Leclerc. And it is currently... We set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and it's a Zhou P1, Alonso P2, Vettel P3, which is absolutely bonkers. Right, we're gonna deploy the battery, drop the tyres down a little bit. Can we hold on to this? This is massive now. This is incredible. And because we're in this DRS train, we are getting pulled along, and Verstappen is sort of catching, but it's not really quick. Yeah, we're battling with Zhou as Alonso takes the lead, but overall... We're in a pretty good position here. It just depends on Seb not messing this up. His tyre wear is looking good. It does help that you only have to manage one driver when you retire one of them. But yeah, for now, we're in a bit of a cracking position here. And again, we're actually in a position where we can harvest up some ERS because these two are squabbling and we're just going to sit behind them. It's a lovely position to be in. As Zhou does get Alonso back, and that could allow Zhou completely fly off into the distance because Alonso really messed up his exit there. And apparently, according to this, we're over a second behind Alonso. I don't quite believe that because Alonso is literally right there. So I'm hoping that time interval it corrects itself pretty quickly because we are definitely not 1.5 seconds behind Alonso, who is right here. I've got a feeling that's stuck on leader. Yes, there we go. That's a bit better. But yeah, Zhou could now go off into the distance as we've just got to make sure we stick with Alonso and we can then deploy and get past him. Verstappen has closed the gap to 1.9 seconds as we're harvesting. It was Alonso's exit out of that turn that allowed Zhou to go and allowed Verstappen to catch up because he held everyone up basically. But yes, we are still chasing down Alonso. We are still charging up our battery, which is absolutely lovely. Don't mind that at all because we're going to get DRS around this corner onto the start-finish straight. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Verstappen's probably still going to win this and Leclerc's probably going to come second. But we're in a very good position to get some high-scoring points here. Do we just deploy this battery as soon as we cross the start-finish straight? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Get into overtake. Use the button. Use the overtake button. As we come out of this chicane, you use that overtake button and you just deploy that battery and get round him, Seb. Come on. Come on. In fact, I'll let you attack on the tyres as well. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Make it work. Make it work before the next chicane. Come on, Seb. Keep trying. Keep trying. I'm like rocking in my seat, although Verstappen is now nearly within a second. So Alonso is really, really holding us up here. We're going to just get Seb to deploy it on all corners and just try and get this move done on Alonso, because we are being held up by the Spaniard, and that is not very fun. Alonso, obviously in real life, driving for Aston Martin next year. Is that something we want to do? And here we go with DRS, with battery. We are flying past Fernando Alonso, as does Verstappen as well. So Alonso drops from P3 into P4. No, Verstappen didn't get him. Verstappen didn't get him. Interesting. We do need to still keep the pressure up and get back into the DRS zone of Zhou if we can. It's going to be tougher. It may be easier to let... Is Alonso going to have DRS here? I think he is. It may be easier to let... Verstappen's dropped to 1.7 again. Alonso put in a bit of pace. Maybe close the door to him as Alonso is going to try and catch us up. If Alonso overtakes us, we just harvest again and try and stick within a DRS train. But the difficulty we've got is... catching Zhou, because we're 1.4 seconds away and we are struggling to make an inroad into that at the moment. But we sit in P2. Alonso right behind us. Verstappen right behind him. A 2.4 second gap to Leclerc behind Verstappen. I mean, ideally, Verstappen overtakes both of us, but Alonso doesn't overtake me, and then I just sit on the DRS of Alonso, because I also do have to be a little bit careful with the tyres. Sort of feeling like, again, we just asked Seb to absolutely bean it and see what we can do to catch up to Zhou. I don't think it's going to work, but down this straight, you never know. You never know. We've got just under 20 laps to go. We've got 66% tyre, so I think our tyres would actually be very good to get to the end. Just going to manage them a little bit and make sure, though, as 1.4 is now the gap, but we do have Alonso, and right behind him is Max Verstappen. So this is going to be very... They're going to get us, probably both get us on this DRS zone here, but then hopefully we can just hang on the back of their DRS and make it work, because it's going to be very tough. So I'm expecting Alonso, and if not Alonso, at least Verstappen to get past us here. Alonso's putting his foot down. You can see the DRS makes such a difference. And have we closed? I think we have closed the door to Max Verstappen there. Right, now Alonso, pull us along please, mate. That would be absolutely lovely if we can get that done. Okay, so we're charging the battery, still getting pulled along by Alonso, but Verstappen is all over us, and it's closing the gap to Leclerc and Ocon. So at some point we're going to have to come off this and absolutely gun it and try and get Alonso back. But at the moment, whilst we're within this second, I'm pretty happy harvesting up, and then we're just going to gun it for like 2 or 3 whole laps and try and get past the Spaniard again, as we should come in now to another DRS zone. We're going defensive, I think, to hold off Verstappen, who is yes, right behind us, as you can see there. So I mean, driving on board seems to just give you the most feel about when to do things. So we should get a big harvest as we sort of not come around this corner, but as we cross the start-finish straight. I think, are we going to go for it now? I think we are going to go for it now, because we're going to deploy, because I think Verstappen is going to try and make the move on us. Okay. We're going to then try and make the move on Alonso, because what we don't want to happen is lose out to Verstappen, but don't get past Alonso. Sector 2, yellow flag. Is this going to be a safety car? No, it's not. No safety car. But we have got past Alonso. Right, gun it. Absolutely gun it. Latifi's gone wide. No one gives a shit about Latifi. Absolutely gun this. Get out of that 1 second to Alonso and try and rein in Zhou. We've put a second between us and Alonso. Oh, my word. Come on. Come on. Okay, Seb is having a blinder. We've deployed all of our battery and got within a second of Zhou in front of us. This is incredible driving from Sebastian Vettel. I know we're still pushing the tyres a lot, but we are within DRS. That rear wing should open. In fact, let's look at TV cam for this. It does open. Does Verstappen's? No, it doesn't. We're going to close the gap on Zhou, and this is absolutely lovely. Yes, Verstappen is going to catch up with us at some point. But if we can get Seb into a cracking position here, this is going to be amazing. 0.491 is the difference. Verstappen is within a second. He's not anymore. It's so tense with 13 laps to go. Is the tyre wear looking good? Yes, it is. Tyre wear is looking on point. We are really close to Zhou. Right. I think we harvest up. I know it's going to let... Or no, we don't. Stay neutral and drop the tyres down a little bit. Let's just make sure we manage these tyres because we can sit behind Zhou. I still think it's going to be a Verstappen-Leclerc 1-2. It's just what can we do with Seb to make this work. You can see this DRS zone here. We're trying to... I honestly, I don't mind. It's a yellow flag in sector 1 again. Schumacher locked up on turn 11 and has probably gone wide. There's a look at Verstappen right on us. We're all right behind Zhou. I think we are going to harvest now. I feel like it makes sense because we can sort of hang on the back of Verstappen because we're going to come around this corner, get DRS and potentially be in first place. I don't think we will get it. I think Verstappen will take us before we take Zhou. But look how close it is. Oh, my word. They're on the soft tyres as well. We're on the hards, which probably will be taken into effect here as we're going to sit behind there. Verstappen can't really get past. We're going to make the move as we harvest. We're in pole. We're in first place in the Italian Grand Prix at the moment, which is massive. Deploy all that battery. We need to push, push, push and get as far in front as we can. Look at them. Everyone's battling for this first place. Vettel sits in first at the moment. All we need to do is if we get into a corner and defend against Zhou so that he has a little bit of an error and it holds everyone up, it will be massive. Come on, Seb. Come on. We've got clean air. Clean air to drive into the distance. It's a yellow flag in sector 1. Please don't be a safety car. We're at the front of the blooming race. Right, we are still leading as Gasly runs wide at turn 5. Not fussed about that at the moment. Zhou with the DRS couldn't catch us up. Are they going to fight and cause each other trouble? They are. Verstappen drops off. A big issue there for Verstappen. Oh my word. Zhou might overtake us again, but Verstappen drops 1.4 seconds back with 12 laps to go on this Grand Prix. Zhou may well take us on this DRS zone, but I don't mind it because then we get DRS and we can map it out and plan to attack on the last couple of laps. We are going to just about stay in front. Seb having the drive of his life at the moment at the Italian Grand Prix as Zhou does go past him, but he's only going to make it done right at the end. So let's save a bit of time. We don't need to worry about fuel. That is fine. We're going to set to harvest, and as long as we stay within a second of Zhou, we will be good. We will be fine. It's just maintaining that second gap and, yeah, keeping it here. Verstappen really messing up his attempted overtake on Zhou. He's going to be pushing hard. Oh, my word. This is tense. This is tense. And on the right, start-finish straight, Verstappen's having a go at us. We're back having a go at Zhou. He comes in to defend. We're going to have the inside on the first bit of the chicane, but the outside of the second part of the chicane. And again, we sit behind Zhou, still harvesting, which is what has let Verstappen back in. And Verstappen may take us. But again, our battle is with Zhou, really. I still think Verstappen's going to win this race. And all the while we've got our car in front of Verstappen, we're in a very good position. Given the fact we're harvesting as well, I feel like, yeah, we're in a proper good position here. As Verstappen, again, he tries to make a move and just then drops off enough to allow us to get a bit of space. And we're still very firmly on the coattails of Zhou, which means we're going to get this DRS in this next DRS range here. Again, expecting Verstappen to take us, but he's maybe not deploying his battery because he's not closing enough. And he's in a tough position where we're trying to get past Zhou, And he's trying to get us up. There is Verstappen trying to make it move and does make it move. Right, now we need to deploy because we messed up that exit a little bit. We're going to have Leclerc right on our tail and Ocon. Oh, Seb, don't let them get away. We need them to battle so that we can catch them. Come on, Seb. Come on, Seb. Put it in. It's going to be tough now because we don't have DRS. Although Leclerc... No, I think it's done that thing where it sticks on leader. Yeah, Leclerc and Ocon. Oh, no, this could be disastrous here. We've got both Alpines on us and a Ferrari. Right, we need to push to close that gap, Vettel. We need to close this gap. As Verstappen does take the lead. I did think Verstappen would win this race. But Verstappen is ahead of Zhou. Can we hold off the Alpines as they're still battling, which is good. We need more of that behind us. So once again, we've closed the gap to Zhou that we're going to get him on this DRS lap. And I'm sort of thinking, do we try and harvest again? Because we're in front of him and we need that battery for the last couple of laps. I don't think we're going to catch Verstappen, but we are getting past Zhou, it looks like, on the chicane. And we're through. We're still going to harvest as Zhou's battling us. The Alpines are still there behind as well. Now, all Zhou needs to do is deploy a tiny little bit of battery. And of course, he would get past us there. But we're still in P3, although Ocon is now chasing us down as well. Oh my god, this is so tense. This is so tense. 8 laps to go. 8 laps to go. Verstappen is bombing it. He's gone. He's a gone man. But 8 laps to go. 49% tyres. Trying to manage the ERS. This is so tense. So tense. How's everyone tyre wear looking? 49, 41, 49, 43, 52. So technically our hards have better life, but we do know that's an issue with the game at the moment as the DRS is pulling us all in towards Zhou. We're on the inside. Are we going to squeeze Zhou out? He's going to squeeze us out. Right, deploy it again. We need to make sure we maintain this gap to Zhou as we come around this corner and keep that DRS, because it's going to be a huge DRS battle and train coming into the start-finish straight. And here we go. We've deployed quite a lot of the battery there. We're going to easily catch up to Zhou. It's just what do we do in terms of attack and defence against Ocon. And we're catching Zhou. The DRS train is allowing us the thing. As Leclerc has dropped behind Ocon, it goes, oh, he's in a Alpine sandwich, which the Alpines will be very happy about. Right, let's go into harvest again if we can. Drop a little bit of battery here. Just, yeah, okay, we've got a bit of space between us and the Alpines. Verstappen is long gone. If we go and look at Verstappen's back wing, yeah, you can barely see anyone. So, oh my word, what a race this is turning out to be. 7 laps to go. We're still on a podium at the moment. We are harvesting and we are keeping pace with Zhou, which is all very, very good. Zhou's run wide. Zhou has run wide. Oh my god, we need to deploy. We need to go. We need to put a gap between us and the Alpines behind us. And I think it has, because I think the Alpines have had a shocking exit after Zhou won ride. And Zhou, we have a 2-second gap to Zhou. We have a 2-second gap to Zhou. Ocon has got past him, 1.6 seconds behind us now. What do I do? What do I do? Ocon, 1.5 seconds behind, no DRS. 7 laps to go. We're coming through. Max Verstappen is absolutely gone. All we can do is hope that Verstappen spins or crashes. Well, hopefully he doesn't crash. We don't want a safety car. We're in such a good position here. I feel like we just have to deploy as soon as we get some battery. Whenever that's going to happen. We're in neutral at the moment. We're gonna manage this. I'm going to manage this all the way around from now to the end of the race. You may not see it all, but we are going to manage it to try and maximise our ERS for the end of the race. Okay, we've done a bit of management, but absolutely nowhere. Leclerc has caught up to us, 0.4 seconds. We've managed it. We're just deploying our battery now. We've got to try and make this work. There's 5 laps left. Zhou, we need Leclerc to break that second to Zhou. So we're deploying so that basically us and Leclerc can get out of that 1 second gap to Zhou. So even if Leclerc overtakes us, we can have a little DRS exchange and keep this going, as Leclerc is really close, but Zhou has caught up to him as well. Do we press the tyres? 43%. I mean, Verstappen's on 39%. I feel like if Leclerc gets past us, we push the tyres. We're going to drop that down into neutral. Again,
we have low battery.
Our battle isn't with Leclerc. Our battle is with Zhou. If we can still hold on to third here. 5 more laps to go.
5 more laps.
Oh, come on, Seb. You're doing such a good job, mate. You're doing such a good job. Right, to keep with Leclerc is now the key.
Anything I can do?
That is now the key. Don't worry about it, Seb. You're doing a cracking job, mate. We just got to keep with Leclerc. That is... we're going to go on to deploy so that Leclerc doesn't really get too far away. And then as soon as we're right up his gearbox, we will be managing our ERS again. Hopefully he doesn't pull away too much. I mean, he has got a much faster car, but we're doing okay at the moment. And this DRS train is going to pull us really, really close, which means we can then go to harvest. And this is how I've been managing the ERS. 2 times speed and just seeing us get through, because I think Leclerc's probably going to deploy off the back of here. So we'll deploy a little bit if we can. We've gone absolutely empty. I think this is Leclerc where he goes. I mean, we've still got DRS and he doesn't. Although Zhou... Oh my god, Zhou's right there. We're going to have to... Is Zhou going to barge us out here with his elbows? No, he's not. Hopefully he's had a terrible exit. He hasn't. He's right there. And again, if he's just deploying some battery... It's so tense. It is so tense. But it's an Aston Martin, an Alfa Romeo, and 2 Alpines battling for a podium here. It's Mercedes nowhere to be seen. Yeah, and look, Zhou and our battle with Zhou has now meant that we're a long way off Charles Leclerc. I'm really tempted to push the tyres as well. I think we're going to have to... Oh, do we? Do we? We're in such a good points position here. Come on, Seb. Come on. Okay, so 2 laps to go. We've let Zhou go past us so that we can harvest and get him on the last lap. As long as we can stay with him, we're on the last lap. Within DRS, we're just going to absolutely bomb it. That's what we're going to do. We've got a decent enough gap to Ocon behind us. It's just staying in the DRS of Zhou. Zhou is never going to catch Leclerc. He's never going to get that DRS. So it's all about managing our track position here. And as long as we can harvest enough of our battery, because Zhou, in theory, in fact, we can even say... Back that off a little bit. No, see, we don't want to do it now. You don't want to do it now. You don't want to do the move now, Seb. That's fine. That's fine. Just let him have this lead. Let him have this lead in... It's totally fine. Because we're going to come around this corner. And it is the last lap. Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button. Right. Deploy. Attack. Everything go.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
I mean, where's the next DRS train? It's there, I think. Do we hang on? Wait. Get him on the last DRS zone. Come round this corner. Don't do it now. Make sure we've got the DRS on the last bit. To make sure. Right, it's going to be as we come round this corner. Deploy. Attack. Give it the beans, Seb. Give it the beans. Give it the beans. Come on! Come on, Seb! Come on! Come on! Right. Just keep it together for this bit. Keep it together, Seb. And you're going to get a podium in an Aston Martin. It's just round parabolica. That's all it is. Round parabolica, Seb. Another driver has won the race. Parabolica is done. It's a straight race to the end line. And Seb is going to pick up 3rd place at the Italian Grand Prix. Come on! Yes! What a drive from Seb. What a drive from Seb. 3rd place, pitting under safety car. What a decision that was. 3rd place. We get our first ever podium with Aston Martin. We managed that wonderfully towards the end of that race. Oh my word. What a race. Sebastian Vettel gets 3rd place in an Aston Martin in Season 1. Come on, our first podium with Aston Martin. Absolutely superb. Abso-bloody-brilliant, that. Abso-bloody amazing. Unreal. We need Latifi to finish the race. He's just going to come across the line now. And Sebastian Vettel gets 3rd place in the Italian Grand Prix. What a hero. What a hero that man there is. What a legend. Look at him go. Come on, he's well happy.
Great work.
He jumps into the pit crew and celebrates as well. Oh, Seb, it's beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy for him. Come on. And there he is.
Everyone must be ecstatic.
On the podium. Oh, lovely stuff. Third place for Seb. He gets a little trophy. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. In an Aston Martin. Look at that. Red Bull, Ferrari, Aston Martin. Go on, Seb. He's loving it. He is absolutely loving it. Yes. I can't believe we've got a podium in the first season. Unbloody believable. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. Sebastian Vettel up there. The pit crew love it. A great team effort. Vesti really struggled, but what a team effort. I'm talking over Crofty, but I don't care. Oh, what a race. What a race. Up 10 places, Sebastian Vettel. 13th to 3rd. Oh my word. 15 points. Absolutely unreal. Unreal. Lovely stuff, that. Into the drive, Seb goes up to 9th with that 15-point haul, overtaking Gasly and Zhou. 45 points in total for him now. And in the constructors, we jump above AlphaTauri. 5 points ahead of them with a 15-point haul. We are 29 points off Alpine. But yeah, what a race. What a bloody race. That was absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible, that. Oh, unreal. I don't care that we don't get much money for that, but that was amazing. Oh, and to top it all off, we get a new underfloor. Excellent. And I think we need some new front wings, don't we? I think we do. Let's check. Was Vesti even using the more recent front wing installed on car 2? Yeah, he doesn't. We don't have another one, so we will manufacture. Let's go. Okay, that should give us... I mean, how much is it to emergency manufacture all of them? 2 and 4 days. Yeah, let's get those done. That'll give us a spare. For now, just because it's not going to let us continue, we'll put the old front wing onto car number 2. But what a race! What a race! What else are you missing? You're missing a chassis, are you? Installed on car number 2. You don't have any of those either. I swear we manufactured all of these. Oh, in development. There's 2 already in development. Okay, that should be fine. So for now, we'll just make sure you've got a chassis on the car. Oh my word! What a race! What a race! The underfloor is manufactured. Regulation vote. So against 444. So again, it doesn't change. The Italian Grand Prix. Oh. The board watched the race at the Autodrome Nazione Monza this weekend, and we wanted to congratulate on exceeding our expectations brilliantly. Oh my word. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Vesti, definitely into braking. Your braking is absolutely horrendous. But yeah, oh my word, that was good fun. Sebastian Vettel. Yeah. Do you want a new contract, mate? You can have it for 1 more season in car number 1. In fact, should we go 2 seasons? I mean, he's doing such a good job. We're just going to up his... Actually, we're going to lower his target thing to 8th, but say he'll get 1.5 million. I mean, you just came 3rd in a race, Seb. You should be absolutely sky high with any offer we give you at the moment. So 1.5... 1.5, we'll give you 1.4 for just signing a new contract. And do you know what? You just got us a podium, mate. You just got us a podium. 2 seasons. Go for it, mate. In car number 1. Seb, he's happy. Ooh, it's going to be touch and go. Okay, contract declined. I think this target is achievable. This is okay, but you can do better. The salary is acceptable. This is okay, but I think you can do better. So potentially, if we change this... No, what was it? This okay? The lump sum... If we change the lump sum, we'll give you 1.45 for signing. He's still got some negotiation patience. Car 1, season 2, that. Okay, he's happy with that. He's happy with that. He's declined it again. I don't really want to give him 3 seasons. I feel like that's a bit much. Okay, let's knock this down to 10th. What are we on? We're on medium now. We could give him a little bump in salary. I mean, he's just got a podium. Let's give him a bump in salary. He's happy. He's happy. He's happy. He's declined it again. I don't really want to give him a 3-season contract, although we could just release him. Oh, Seb, you've done such a good job, mate. I really want it to be 2 seasons, but I'm happy to give you a little pay bump. Let's go 14.75, and we will give you your lump sum of 1.5 as well. Right, come on, Seb. Here we go. New contract. Happy, happy. He's declined it. Okay, so we know. Okay, we'll come back to him later on in the season. But for now, he's done a cracking job. Absolutely amazing job there from Seb. We've got a number of weeks off now before we come back for my home away from home Grand Prix, the Singapore Grand Prix, which will be a good one. So we will come back then. And yeah, we're getting towards the business end of the season. Singapore, Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil and Abu Dhabi is all that's left in this season for Aston Martin. But thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.